Welcome to the Alabama A&M Football Review. Highlights, features, and analysis with head coach Connell Maynor.
Good evening and welcome to the Alabama A&M Football Review with head coach Connell Maynor. I'm your host, Ted Dixie. On behalf of the president, Daniel Wims, chair of the board of trustees, Dr. Wayne Watts, faculty, staff, students, and teammates of Medrick Burnett Jr., we offer our sincere condolences, hugs, and prayers to his family and friends. May God rest his soul. Coach Maynor, that's not something that we talked about last week that we're prepared for. But the university and the athletics department are known for the counseling services that we have been offering.
Yeah, you know, we need it. You know, the players need it. We got mental health counseling on campus, and some of those guys already reached out before, and so it's tough. It's tough on the guys, tough on the coaches, it's tough on everybody, and we just want to continue to pray for the family, and you know, I don't know how this feels, you know, and unless you lost a child, you don't know how they feel. So we just continue to pray for you, and we need everybody else to continue to pray also. It's sad, and but that's what, you know, it's part of football and what every kid has a possibility to happen to them when they play the game of football. You pray that it no one ever happened. Unfortunately, it happened to us, and we're just gonna be prayers with the family. We're waiting to hear funeral arrangements, and we'll be there as soon as we find out and we get the information. We'll put it out so you guys will know also.
That was a call we got from Brian Howard, who we were waiting on, our sports information director. Just the conflicts of events that took place. It is of note that the actual date of passing was Wednesday evening, and we've been reacting ever since to that. So you can give to the fund that exists on the AAMU.edu website. If you're on a mobile device, AAMU.edu, then go to gifts. And then when you see the gift page show up, because you have to acknowledge that you're giving a gift, when you see the next page show up, there's a drop-down menu that has several funds listed. Medrick's is the second. We invite you all to contribute. Coach, your student athletes got an opportunity, though, to work out some frustration, maybe to distract themselves a bit, going down to Tallahassee to play Florida A&M, a game that was delayed because of the hurricane back in September. The Bulldogs came up short 28-20. However, but what was that game like? Was it cathartic at all for your student athletes? Did they feel better?
Yeah, we knew FAMU, you know, had a good football team. They've been playing good football. They just had the one setback against Valley, but they at home, and we know how good they are at home.
Right.
One loss in the last 4 years, and so we knew we had to go down there and play well. We didn't get off to a fast start. Had some penalties. Some I agree with, some I didn't. But that's part of the game. So you got to keep playing. You got to find a way. And we didn't give up. We got it in one possession, and then we just couldn't execute down the stretch. It was one possession game at halftime. We right where we wanted to be, and we just couldn't pull it off. And our guys fought, but I take my hats off to those guys, the effort that they gave with the situation they had to deal with Medrick and the news. So for those guys to play as hard as they did and give it their all and still make it a football game, I take my hats off to them.
We'll talk more about that when we come back on the Alabama A&M Football Review with head coach Connell Maynor.
Please give, donate. The Bible says better to give than receive. Yeah. And he fought for 31 days in the hospital. And so, you know, that's going to cost. And so we need all the help. He needs their family, all the help they could possibly get. And $10, $50, $100, it helps. It helps. So don't say my $50 ain't going to help. It will help. And we appreciate anything that you can give in this situation. Thank you.
Welcome back to the Alabama A&M Football Review with head coach Connell Maynor. I'm Ted Dixie, your host. Florida A&M coach jumps out first. They were picked to finish second in the conference, Eastern Division of the Southwestern Athletic Conference. Jackson State is going to win the East. This was a game not only for pride, but you want to know how hard someone who wears the maroon and white is going to play, especially next season.
Yeah, season wasn't over. We had one more game. It was a postponed game from earlier in the hurricane, and so after Thanksgiving on a Friday.
How long? Y'all had 2 Thanksgivings, though, right?
Yeah.
The team had 2, right?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, okay.
We did. We ate good.
Okay. Amen.
So we had some unforeseen circumstances to play this football game, and again, we got to go out and do what we got to do. And we went out and fought. They got out to early lead, 7-0, and then we came down and scored. They called it a touchdown, then they reviewed it and said it wasn't a touchdown. And it was pretty, to me, it looked like it was going to be pretty hard to overturn. Whichever way they called it was going to have to stand.
So the rule is, whatever is called on the field,
yes,
the instant replay, the evidence has to be able to show conclusively to overturn the call. When we're sitting in the press box, we saw everything he saw.
Right.
I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, I mean, to me, the angle I saw on the press box didn't look conclusive that
nowhere near.
overturn that call.
Not to overturn it. Beautiful catch, too,
I
by
thought,
Herring.
from what I saw, either way they called it, you won't be able to overturn it. And they overturned it. So we had to kick the field goal, make it a 7-3 football
Victor
game.
Barbosa, who's been perfect all season.
Yeah, Victor don't miss, man. They call him Otto.
I
call him Otto. Yeah, he don't miss. And
Otto V.
Then we got down in the red zone again and had to set up for another field goal. So our red zone conversions to touchdowns haven't been very good the last couple of games. So we got to get that worked out. Even though we got number 1 offense, we put up points, but when we don't score the points we want, it's because we're not scoring touchdowns in the red zone. So we got to get that worked out. We got to execute a little bit higher level. Got to be a little bit sharper in the throws. Got to play a little bit harder. Got to block a little bit longer in the red zone because the windows get a little bit tighter.
Absolutely. Now, with the comeback, as I called it, it takes a lot on the road, especially in the frigid conditions. Yes, frigid conditions in North Florida. So you walk out on the field, you're down in the end of the first quarter. The second quarter, we saw the Bulldog defense. I think after their first drive, Coach, the yards were hard for them to get. Even though they scored points, the yards were hard to come by.
Yeah, we stepped it up on defense. Defense played well. They really slowed them down. And we just had some miscues. We had some miscues. I think we threw 2 picks and kind of stopped us. And then, like I say, the red zone, we didn't execute in the red zone. And then we had probably, I think, 2 or 3 fourth down situations where it was a little too far to kick the field goal. And we didn't want to punt because it was like on the 34-yard line. So it was just barely out of field goal range, but it was too close to punt. So we had to go for it a couple of times, and of course we weren't able to get them. And that was the difference in the ball game.
And of course, marching maroon and white did not make the trip, but the marching 100 of FAMU were there. I had a little comment after the game saying that the Bulldogs didn't come home or they stayed home. Marching maroon and white did. However, the marching maroon and white drove same day, performed at Mississippi Valley State, and went back home. So I'm sure they were a little bit tired. When we come back, we'll show you a few more highlight clips. We'll have some more conversation with Coach Maynor right here on the Alabama A&M Football Review with head coach Connell Maynor.
Darryl brings new energy to the power plant. Julian's accounting is by the numbers. They're student interns from the College of Business and Public Affairs at Alabama A&M University, where marketing class connects with the community and companies come to recruit. So while Kyle strengthens his managerial skills, he's earning a business degree and experience at Alabama A&M University. Start here, go anywhere. Companies hunger for our food scientists. Here, a new generation manages our cities of tomorrow. The discovery of hardier plants, healthier animals, is growing at our research station, Alabama A&M University, where new designs and ideas are put to the test. Be a researcher in our labs or a forestry fire dog in our fields. Alabama A&M University. Start here, go anywhere.
Parker is 29 and learning to communicate again. The students teaching him earn a degree with 100% job placement. But the real reward is changing a life. At Alabama A&M, it's a university where agencies actually go to recruit compassionate students who help themselves by helping others. Service is sovereignty at Alabama A&M University. Start here, go anywhere.
You can come to my city, you can come to my city, you can come to my city, you can come to my city. See how we get down, see how we get down, see how we get down, we get down. Guerrilla warfare, black ops, and the flow is rude. No mercy mentality. I'm a St. Louis legend with an attitude. Straight up and down, 6 o'clock, homie, latitude. Let the drawbridge down, cause I'm coming out. Walking over the moat, no code, just the weapons out. Yo, it's hard to be as nice as I am. I only got to where I'm at with a goal and a plan. Witty and unpredictable, ain't no telling what I'ma do when the situation looking critical. Set my stage on a plateau, miles above the competition. Let me show you how to rap, yo. Naturally born to kill tracks, lyrical acrobats, flip styles that's abstract. Yeah, I lay you down like a welcome mat, cause a cipher and a booth are two places you ain't welcome at. Yeah, my game is up to par. I spit all-star bars, leave marks and scars. It's a bona fide race, so respect the chase. Most cats start fast, but end up in last place. Hey, easy Tonto, you not from the Rangers, you not from the Lone Star State, you a stranger. I'm from the show Mo, Misery, Mozu, no discount on the flow if I don't know you. Please know and understand, I got a plan, live show, live band, we live on Instagram. Yeah, we jam with the die-hard fans with their hands in the air from Shoto to Japan. Yeah, limb walking, slick talking, game like a pimp, man, dudes is wimps. Trying to get a glimpse like seeing a leopard hunt. A thief in the night, gorillas take what they want. You can come to my city, you can come to my city, you can come to my city, you can come to my city. See how we get down, see how we get down, see how we get down, we get down. You can come to my city, you can come to my city, you can come to my city, you can come to my city. See how we get down, see how we get down, see how we get down, we get down. Man, I got a lot to say, dawg. You can hear me for you see me about a block away. I got 15s in my trunk, a drum kit in my hatchback. Sit back, tell me, can you match that? Every day I got a hurdle to hop, a single to drop, but feeling like I wanna just stop. Nah, keep it moving, don't waste our time. You a slave to a rhythm of this hot rhyme. It's do or die time, late in the game. And if you ask ABG, she'll tell you the same. I'm flying to friendly skies, sending tweets or planes about the next release date. Shit, we all can't wait. ST, what I represent. Always, what up, Spade? I'm still trying to get it in these dog days. And if they think I'm not nice as the next man, hit the road, Jack, take a L like a Mets fan.
Thank you all for watching, and thank you for your prayers. The Alabama A&M Football Review with head coach Connell Maynor. I'm your host, Ted Dixie. Coach on the comeback. Halftime scores 21-13. 2 field goals. The Bulldogs get in the end zone. So now we're feeling better about our chances.
Yeah, we cut it to a one-possession game before the half. And we felt like we didn't play our best half. And we felt like that we left points out there and we gave up points that we shouldn't have. So we felt good at halftime that we could come out, get a score. And the plan was if we scored first in the second half that we was going to go for 2 to tie the game up, go down 8. And so we came out and we got stopped. And, of course, they went down and scored. So when it went back to 15, after we scored, we said, okay, we'll go for 1, keep it a one-possession game. And then, of course, after we scored our last touchdown, we'll go for 2 to tie it. And we weren't able to do that. But that was the plan behind that. And, we really wanted to get that first score in the second half and tie that football game up and put the pressure on those guys and finish them off. But it didn't happen that way. But our guys didn't quit. They kept fighting. And we did cut it to a one-possession game. We had opportunities to go down and score and then go for 2 to tie it up. And we just didn't execute. And you got to take your hats off to those guys. They play too. And they defended us. They got after our quarterbacks. They covered our receivers, and they did what they had to do to win the football game.
Talk about your secondary bit, Coach. Lots of active activity from Caleb Dawson, number 2. He's been that way all his career here at Alabama A&M. Elijah Everhart came on, got an interception last week. But Cortez Andrews, who's a Florida State transfer, I get to tease him now. I'm going to start calling him up the hill because I didn't know Florida State was down the hill in that low country. And FAMU was up the hill. Global climate change? That might be a problem one day.
Yeah, secondary guys have been playing well. They've been getting it done, and we've been banged up over there. Everhart, was number 3 early in the season, and now he's starting, and that's because of injuries. And of course, Gully's on the other side. The freshman is playing outstanding.
Absolutely.
And then Caleb Dawson at safety, he's a coach on the football field. He really understands the defense and the offense, what they're trying to do. That's why he was able to get 2 picks against Pine Bluff. He wasn't able to get one this week.
Close.
But he was close. He was close. He was close to getting one. And he's playing well. And then Marvin Smith on the other side of him is playing well also. Marvin is a senior. Dawson is a senior. We're gonna miss both of those guys. So we got to replace them guys. And then Cortez Andrews, again, Florida State transfer. And we practiced at Florida State 2 times last week. So I told him, I joked with him. I said, hey, man, I thought Norvell told you don't come back to Florida State. You can't come, stay on the bus. But no, Cortez is a great kid and great athlete, and so glad he chose A&M.
Absolutely.
He had a super senior year. Hopefully he'll get into the Legacy Bowl.
Oh, right on, Coach. And of course, then again, I'm making my plans to go to the Reese's Senior Bowl so I can hang out with your boy Carson Vinson. Coach, give us a story now. I can tell it, but you tell it much better. Carson played basketball, and you made him a football player.
Yeah, Carson actually was a basketball player, and he played a little football, but he was raw. Carson once weighed 350 pounds, and he lost weight down to about 260. And now we got him back up to about 310. But yeah, I got a picture with him in my phone after one of his basketball games with my brother, and he wasn't even sweating. Why? He didn't play.
Oh, wow.
so he was on the team, but he didn't play.
Wow.
But anyway, Carson is a great kid, and we thrilled to have him and blessed to have him, and he had a great career for us. And of course, he's going to the Senior Bowl and got a great chance of getting drafted. He's going to play a long time in the NFL.
Right on. So we like that.
Representing the Bulldogs.
And then, of course, Coach, this morning you're recruiting high school kids. When everybody talks about the transfer portal, what can you find in high school?
High school got some good football players. It's the portal that's messing everybody up because you got a guy that got 3 years that's coming from Clemson or Notre Dame or Alabama, and then you got a high school kid. This kid's already been in college. He's been to school. He's been in the weight room. He understands college.
Right, grown.
He's been coached.
Right.
So you're going to take that kid before you take the high school kid. So, but there's still a lot of good high school kids out there. The high school kids we took last year, probably 3 or 4 of them started for us or played for us. So they can play. Still some high school kids out there who can play. You got to go get them. If I was a high school kid and I get an offer, I'm going to take it.
Right.
I ain't going to be waiting around for nothing else big, nothing more, because the offers are slim to none in high school. You complain about it, then you get an offer and you want to wait around, and then it's going to be gone. And with FBS going down to 105, now they're going to put 30 to 35 players. Every FBS school going to put 30 to 35 players in the portal. What is that going to do to high school kids? Not only high school kids, FCS kids. Now they're not going to be so fast to grab an FCS football player because they're going to grab an FBS football player. So that portal is serious, and it's really going to have a big effect on high school kids, even more now, and on FCS football players to go in the portal. So be careful, guys, going in that portal. You can go in there and get stuck.
We come back on the Alabama A&M Football Review. We'll talk about the end of the season, close it up, and do a little bit about recruiting and the like. And, of course, please get your gifts ready so we can tell you how you can donate to the Medrick Burnett family.
My biggest mentor is my father. He's been with me my whole life. mentored me since I was a kid. Used to tell me in Little League, like, oh, it's coaches up there watching you, it's coaches watching you. And that just helped me when I got to high school, when coaches really came watching me. So just my dad, my dad and my grandpa was my biggest influence with football.
I would have to say my dad. My dad, he put a lot of influence on me with football. He taught me everything I really need to know, and I really appreciate that.
One of the old guys on the offensive line, Taylor Sanders, as a freshman, I never had a car. He will always help me, drive me to workouts, and he really stayed with me. He really put his arm around me when I came in and helped me a lot.
Parker is 29 and learning to communicate again. The students teaching him earn a degree with 100% job placement. But the real reward is changing a life. At Alabama A&M, it's a university where agencies actually go to recruit compassionate students who help themselves by helping others. Service is sovereignty at Alabama A&M University. Start here, go anywhere.
Engineering and science usually look like this, but our students build race cars from the ground up, explore wind tunnels, particle accelerators, and crystal growth. Our studies in cybersecurity and rocket propulsion have tech companies like Google and SpaceX recruiting at Alabama A&M University, with one of the highest percentages of women STEM graduates in the country. Alabama A&M University. Start here, go anywhere.
My dad, my high school coach, Angelo Willer, they definitely helped motivate me to want to play this sport.
Probably be my god brother, Dylan Mitchell. Yeah, he played at Oregon. Him and his family took me in when the time I needed to be taken in and kind of raised me and kind of molded me to be the person I am today. So, yeah, hats off to them for sure.
Scum rappers, y'all move on to the next plan. Rapping ain't you, you should try flying jets, man. Garbage pail kids, y'all need more rehearsing, boy. Let me fall back for our rappers, y'all move on to the next plan. Rapping ain't you, you should try flying jets, man. Go on and do it, come on. You can come to my city, you can come to my city, you can come to my city, you can come to my city. See how we get down, see how we get down, see how we get down, we get down. You can come to my city, you can come to my city, you can come to my city, you can come to my city. See how we get down, see how we get down, see how we get down, we get down.
Thank you for watching the Alabama A&M Football Review with head coach Connell Maynor all season long. You know, in a few weeks, we get to January. Well, that'll be basketball season. Coach, I know that's your second, third, fourth, I don't know what, love. He plays all these sports. But as you close out the season, Coach, what would you like us to remember?
Just remember, of course, Major Barnett and his family, and keep him in our prayers. And then just the seniors. The blood, sweat, and tears that they gave this program, the Caleb Dawsons, the Cortez Andrews, the Carson Vincents, the Xavier Langfords, Donovan Eaglins, and all the seniors. I can't name them all. And if I try to, I'll leave one out and then they get mad. So I'm not going to name any more. But just remember all the seniors, all their blood, sweat, and tears they gave, getting up early in the morning, going to study halls, coming to meetings, going to weights. They do so much more than the regular students. The regular students just go to class and study, go to CAF, hang out. These guys got to come to meetings. These guys got to lift weights. These guys got to go to practice. Then they got to go play a game. They got to get on the road and travel. So just keep these guys in your prayers and remember all the blood, sweat, and tears that they put in a football season to get prepared to perform on Saturdays for you guys. And we're going to continue to do what we do. We're real close We're in there watching tape right now on high school kids and looking at portal kids. We're going to get the right fit in here, and we're going to get back to the championship game.
That will do it for the Alabama A&M Football Review for the 2024 season. Coach, you had me fired up, so I'm looking forward to the next event, December signing date, then February signing date, then the spring game, then we got summer practice, no, graduation. Then we have summer practice, and then we'll have fan day. Always go to AAMUsports.com for more information and to keep up. And also, we have an app, so you can go get the Bulldog Athletics app. We got a lot going on the Hill. You need to be a part of it. That means season tickets next year. Hey, man, your tax money come back. Don't go buy those new shoes. Go buy some season tickets. So for Coach Maynard, I'm Ted Dixie. We love y'all. Service is sovereignty. Good night.
Bulldog fans, thank you for joining us today for the Alabama A&M University Football Review. Bulldog faithful, we encourage your support and participation. Until next time, go Bulldogs!
Darryl brings new energy to the power plant. Julian's accounting is by the numbers. They're student interns from the College of Business and Public Affairs at Alabama A&M University, where marketing class connects with the community and companies come to recruit. So while Kyle strengthens his managerial skills, he's earning a business degree and experience at Alabama A&M University. Start here, go anywhere. Companies hunger for our food scientists. Here, a new generation manages our cities of tomorrow. The discovery of hardier plants, healthier animals, is growing at our research station, Alabama A&M University, where new designs and ideas are put to the test. Be a researcher in our labs, or a forestry fire dog in our fields. Alabama A&M University. Start here, go anywhere.